I'm Matt Lewis with MLF Legal, and this is episode 51 in our series on general workers' compensation issues. And while looking at lifetime income benefits eligibility over the last few weeks, we've looked at different scenarios that help you meet that criteria. And this week we look at spinal injuries and whether or not they lead to lifetime income benefits. The law allows for LIBS payments if a spinal injury results in permanent and complete paralysis of two limbs. That's a pretty significant injury. And judges have interpreted this statute very liberally, meaning that if there's a loss of use rather than a total loss of two limbs, an injured worker can get LIBS. And that's a complicated statement. The statute requires permanent and complete paralysis. Judges say, though, it's good enough if you have a spinal injury that keeps you from using your legs or your arms. The Supreme Court of Texas made it a little bit more complicated when they looked at this issue. The Supreme Court said that it would allow the interpretation of the statute to remain that if a spinal injury resulted in the loss of use of two limbs, then the injured worker would be eligible for lifetime income benefits. But they added another requirement on top of that. It said there has to be an actual impairment of two limbs from the spinal injury for the loss of use argument to work. And here's an example. If you have a spinal injury that causes radiculopathy into your feet, which is nerve related, such that the nerves in your feet are affected to the point that you can't do any work that requires you to use your feet, then you meet the requirements for LIBS. However, if you have a spinal injury that causes pain from your back that goes down your legs to your feet, that's not good enough. Pain is not a physical impairment of the feet. It's still pain that's coming out of your back. And so because there's no physical impairment to the limbs, then there's no eligibility for lifetime income benefits. With spinal injuries, there must be damage to your hands or to your feet to qualify for LIBS. So if you want to evaluate your eligibility for lifetime income benefits, talk to a lawyer as soon as possible. Remember to always work safe, but if an accident happens, call MLF Legal.